Good morning, everybody. Hello and happy Sunday. I am live with you on Father's Day. I'm trying to make sure, sometimes with Facebook groups, the lives don't necessarily work for me. So I'm trying to get that figured out, but it says I'm live in the Facebook group, but I don't understand. Okay, it says I'm live, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Hi, John. Hi, Terry. Looks like I'm gonna be freezing all morning. This is not good. What's going on here? Hmm. Am I frozen to anybody else, or am I good? Ay, ay, ay. My computer has crashed. Okay. Can you guys? I'm gonna see if I can um keep going. I'm gonna see if I can connect back on my computer. My computer like seemed to crash. Anyways, I apologize for the um technical difficulties. Don't know what is going on today. Let me Hopefully you guys can see. Hopefully I'm streaming. Make sure you comment with that hashtag country birdhouse, all one word. So you can be entered in for the drawing. I don't know if it's my laptop. I don't know if it's the internet, but something's weird. So we'll see if we can figure it out. All right, so hopefully you guys can see my hands. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to talk to you guys about an event I did yesterday, show you some new fun projects that I worked on, and then we will get into today's projects. So let's get into it. So I had my new catalog launch party yesterday in person. It was super fun. We had a blast. There were 11 of us ladies there. And, we make a day out of it. We do lunch. I serve lunch. They get new product. They get some little goodies. They also get 6 projects using new product, new dies, new stamps, things like that. And then just really good conversation and just being able to craft together. So I'm going to show you guys the 6 projects that we did that I designed. I do offer this retreat or this new catalog launch party virtually. And so those people, I only had 2 people sign up for that. So those 2 people or their kits are being mailed. And I can't like this is one of the gifts that everybody got. It's full of candy. It's a little wooden birdhouse. And found these at the Dollar Tree, and so there's little candies in the Birdhouse. But these are very big and bulky to ship, and it would probably be smashed right through the envelope if I tried to ship it. So, for my to-goers, I had to kind of come up with a smaller, safer to ship type item. So I'll show you guys that in a minute because that's one of the projects we're making. But these are the cards, and they've been through the ringer. You can see we got some ink smudges and stuff because, well, they were on display and used in the retreat yesterday. So they've seen better days. But I wanted to show you, this is using the Layers of Beauty stamp bundle, and it's just so pretty. It's so magical using those masks. How it turns out is just really, really cool. So we made this beautiful card. Has a little happy anniversary inside. We did a fun little fold down card using the Unbounded Beauty set. So this is another fun card, cool technique. Got to teach everybody. Um, if you guys haven't gotten the pocket thought dies, oh my gosh, they make the coolest pockets. So this is a fun card using the Friends for Life bundle and then the Pocket Thoughts dies. And the Pocket Thought dice cuts 3 different pocket sizes. So this is the biggest pocket size. There's one that fits gift cards perfectly, which I'll show you here in a second. And then there's even a smaller one. So this was really fun. And I just love in the Friends for Life, I love the friend die and the big best stamp and the hearts and stuff. So this was I love this set. So one of my faves. This one was with the Attention Shoppers, and I had cased a card off that I saw offline, and it was super cute. And just getting that texture in the background, the little splatters, and the ink, and then inside is that little pocket I was talking about, the medium-sized pocket that holds the gift card. And so this could be, hey, go treat yourself to a little shopping spree, and you put a little shopping card in there. So I love this card as well. Then we went with the Country Birdhouse, which is one of my new favorite sets. I didn't think I liked it at first, but now that I've played with it and I've got a really exciting class coming up soon that I can't wait to tell you guys about, I'm now in love with the countryside or the Country Birdhouse set. And this is just a cute little Z fold that we did. We built ourselves a little birdhouse, lots of the new ink colors. And then this was our last card, and this is a double stack display card is the name of it. And so it's just a really cool um fun fold card, and this used the um spotlight on nature stamp set and dies. And so this was just really cool. So I'm going to actually show you guys how to make this card today. And we're going to use the Country Birdhouse stamp set instead of the Spotlight on Nature, because this was all fussy cutting and people were cursing my name at the retreat when I made them cut out this flower or this bunch of flowers, because it's hard to do by hand. It's not an easy one. But they were all troopers and they did it. So anyways, we have this card. And then, like I said, I needed to come up with a smaller, more shippable version of this little tree house. So, what's her name? Oh, now I can't think of it. Um, Shoot, it'll come to me. Unless you guys have seen it. This is a birdhouse box that I saw on YouTube, and I'll get the name because I want to give her credit for it. And I thought, oh, it'd be kind of cool to ship a little like for it to fit a little hand sanitizer. It's like almost the perfect size. And so I took this, I made it just like her instructions show. And then I said, if I'm going to put a hand sanitizer in here, I probably want it to be a little less wide, and that will make for shipping a lot easier. So I've resized the box to hold a hand sanitizer. So I'm going to give you guys those measurements today in today's video to hold a hand sanitizer. It'll be just like this. And so it'll be nice and snug and it won't go anywhere. Okay. So that was one of the things that we did at the retreat. I also gave everybody, Brittany Moon, a good friend of mine. She has a laser cutter and all these cool things. You can do laser stuff. And she gave me these stands that hold post-it notes and a pencil or a pen. And then it says, um, craft, eat, sleep, repeat. And it was super cute. And so I gave everybody that attended the retreat one of those as a little thank you gift for coming. And then they also got a spiral bound catalog. Um, and so they got lots of fun goodies. And that's what happens when you come to a retreat of mine or a catalog launch is we get to play with a bunch of new stuff and I spoil you and give you all kinds of fun treats. So all right, so we're gonna make this little gift box for my to-go retreat people. And we're gonna make this card. I'm gonna teach you guys this double stack display card because it can stand like this and be displayed, and which is where it got its name. And then it's a double stack because obviously there's two sides to it. This is a cool design. It is not my design. I cased it from another lady online that I case a ton of her stuff. I always find amazing things that she does, and I cannot think of her name. I'm just drawing a blank today. My brain is fried. I'm tired. But anyways, so I thought this would be a cute card. I love the countryside, the country birdhouse. I keep trying to say countryside. I love the country birdhouse stamp set because of the sentiment. This one, hoping you have the best day ever. I love that. And the dies are so fun. There's so many dies. And here. Now, if you want the tutorial for my retreat, I will have it available. I will post it on my Facebook page, a link for you to purchase it. I am still working on the retreat tutorial. My poor attendees in person didn't even get a tutorial. I had to kind of walk them through physically while I was there. So that is a goal of mine today to get it done and get it out to everybody, including my to-go people. June, I will just tell you this about June right now. I feel like I haven't even been able to breathe. I was gone the first week of June. I came back to a graduation and family's been in town and now that family's leaving. I have new family coming in to live with us with a toddler. I'm trying to get ready for that. It's been just nonstop. So I am keeping together by a thread, and so I just couldn't get the tutorial done. So I'm working on that. So yeah, that's how crazy my life is. But we'll get it done. I am determined today is the day, even though it's Father's Day, my husband's at work, and I'm like, I'm just gonna power through this and get stuff done. So you do what you gotta do. I work a second job full time, so this kind of like that second full-time job. So anyways, we'll stop griping and we're going to start crafting because I love it. It's so much fun. It's so exciting. And I think I'm going to start with the 3D because it's actually the easier of the two projects. And then we'll go to the card. And oh, it's going to kill me until I get her name. You guys know this person. Who is this? This person is Chicken Scratch. Chicken Scratch. I thought of it. Chicken Scratch. Go look at her video. It's the same exact country birdhouse box, just like hers. I made a few tiny changes just in coloring and stuff, but this is her box. Chicken Scratch. Finally got it. Yay. Okay. I knew I would. So I'm not going to provide instructions. I mean, I'll give you measurements for my box resizing and everything, but I'm not going to have a tutorial or anything for this box. You can just go find Chicken Scratch's video if you want. I think she has the tutorial on her page. Now, like I said, I resized this box to fit my hand sanitizer. So if you want this to be a more narrow box, skinnier box, that'll be nice and snug for the hand sanitizer, that's what my measurements are going to be for. So this is 4 by 4.5. So 4 by 4.5. Okay. And on the 4-inch side, you're going to score at 1.5 and 2.5. On the 4.5-inch side, you're going to score at 1.5 and 3. So that's it. So again, on the 4-inch side, 1.5, 2.5. On the 4.5 side, 1.5 and 3. Okay. And then when you're going to make your little, um, you're going to make your little notches here, just cut along all, well, don't cut along all of them. Cut it as like I always think of it as a pinwheel. So I'm going to cut up along one straight edge, then I'm going to skip the next score line, then I'm going to cut up the next score line, skip, cut, skip, cut. Okay. Like that. Now, these 4 sides, I do not want a miter. These are going to be my straight edges, these 4 sides of the box. Now, the 4 corners are going to be cut down, so we can actually just cut them in half or even a little bit more than half. You don't need that big old honkin' tab. You can just cut it down. And then I want you to miter the edges because that, and when I say miter, I just mean take a little sliver off the sides so that the box will kind of line up a little bit better for you when you go to assemble it. Because here's the honest truth. Nobody can score and measure and cut perfectly. So your edges are never going to just line up amazingly perfect. So cutting these little corners helps hide that fact that we aren't perfect. We don't want to see those edges of the box showing. Okay. So now we've got our edges cut and we're going to adhere them all together. Now you can use tear and tape. You can use liquid glue. You can use Seal Plus. There's lots of different options to glue your box together. This isn't going to be like a super heavy box. I know it's going to have the hand sanitizer in it, but it should be fairly easy to glue. So you don't need you don't need to be crazy about it. All right. So we're going to pick off the backing and fold those tabs in and glue them to the sides. Okay. We're going to do that on every side. Very simple, easy box. Not complicated. I'm always looking for fun ways to package hand sanitizers. I have an addiction to Bath and Body Works pocket, what's it called? Pocket, gosh, I can't think of the name. My brain today. Pocket backs, I think they're called, hand sanitizers. I'm addicted to them. I love them. And I'm always looking for fun packaging for them because I think they make great gifts. So, all right. So there's that. Let's put our little hand sanitizer in there. Look how snug and perfect that fits. I love it. And it's not going to fall. It's not going to, like, it's even like pretty snug when you hold it upside down. So it's a great size. It's perfect size for a pocket back hand sanitizer. Bath and Body Works. Okay. So now we're going to make the birdhouse. There's a lot of different pieces and parts to this. This is something that's going to take you some time to do because you've got all these dies that do different things to build up your sorry, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time, to build up your birdhouse. Oh, great, Bonnie. So Bonnie says Debbie from Simply Sweet Ink Designs did some cute ideas with the country birdhouse as well. I've been seeing a ton of people do these gorgeous birdhouse projects. And I'm telling you now, if you don't have this bundle, it's on low inventory. You're going to want to get it with the extra 10% off on bundles. So if you're a demonstrator, that's an additional 10% off of your already discounted 25% off plus the 10% for the bundle price. So you're looking at 45% off of the bundle total. If you're not a demonstrator, my first question is why? Second is you'll get the 10% that they normally have for a bundle plus the 10%, and that's 20. So if you wanted an additional 20 to 25% off, you should be a demonstrator. It's only this month, and the bundle is on low inventory. And I'm gonna have a class coming up with that I partnered with Elizabeth Hightower, who's one of my downline. She made the most gorgeous 3D bird feeder stand. Like, it's stunning. And we're going to do a class to teach you that. Plus, we also have a 3D frame, and I think it's going to be a card. It's going to be 3 projects. It's going to be massive. And you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be happening next month. So you need to get this bundle, or you can add it to your kit, but it might be sold out by that time. So there's always never a guarantee. Okay, so here's what we're going to be using. We're going to use some scraps of Pool Party. I think this one will be big enough to cut a couple. We need 2 Birdhouse cut out. And then we have just a little bit of, we just need a little piece of white to stamp and cut our birds. We need some petal pink cardstock for our flowers, and then we need some DSP. Now this DSP is absolutely perfect. It coordinates. It's with the Birdhouse suite, and it is the, what's it called? Country Woods, and it's got all these fun wood grain patterns in all these beautiful different shades of color and textures. And then of course I picked Pool Party because I love Pool Party, and I think this is everybody's favorite piece, this one with all the different planks of different colors. You can see I've been using it here. And so we're gonna do some die cutting, and you just kind of pick your favorite colors, your favorite wood grain colors that you want. And I'm just gonna get another one of these because actually I think I can just fit it here. So let me show you what we're gonna cut with what colors, and then we'll go from there. So, all right, so like I said, we're gonna cut 2 full birdhouses out of the Pool Party, which this will fit 2 of those perfectly. So we're gonna cut 2 of these, plus we're gonna cut 1 out of this piece here. Okay, actually, I've kind of used up all the spots where you can get most of the Pool Party showing because I love the Pool Party, but this will be good. So we can cut that, okay? Then we have the base, right? So we're gonna cut the base out of some, I kind of like it out of some dark wood. You can also do like I did here on this card. You could do the blue again as like an accent to match the scallop. So I did the scallop in blue. I did a dark brown base. But if you wanted to, you could do blue. It might be too much blue for you. I love Pool Party, so it doesn't feel like too much to me, but you just kind of pick out your different grains. So if you want your roof to be this nice dark brown, you can pick a roof color, die cut that, and then you have the thin little roof piece. And I think I used the backside of this one because it was nice and light, but I think I need to cut another piece because we're about to use up all of it. And I don't know, maybe I can fit it right here. Actually, I think we'll be okay. So we'll do a dark piece. We'll do the roof piece here. We'll do the scallop roof in the blue. And I think that's it. Oh, and then we'll have to do some flowers. So we've got some little flowers that we'll die cut, and then obviously we'll die cut the bird once we get that stamped. So that's it for the dies. The rest of the dies we don't need for this particular project. So lots of die cutting, so bear with me guys as we go through and do that. Hopefully we'll get it all done here fairly quick. Shouldn't take too long. Thank you, Jill, for sharing. I appreciate you. Thank you for hitting that share button, you guys. Awesome. It helps me out. That's a wonderful way to help creators, is by sharing their content. And it's a very easy, simple, free thing for you to do. Just hit that share button. So thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate all of you. I don't know, I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for all of you supporting and loving me and joining me every Sunday and putting up with all my wackiness. And I know you guys cannot see this very well, but it's zoomed up close so you can see the project, but then I don't have the ability without manually moving my camera to like zoom in and out. So the struggle is real. Okay, so I'm cutting out the thin little layer of the roof. Lots of little pieces and parts, like I said. So we've got our little layer, and then we're going to do our scallop piece in the blue. I love this blue paper. Carlos says, I love this paper. I said, oh, I love it. It's so pretty. Like I said, the suite's on low inventory. When I tried to order the ribbon earlier in the month, the ribbon that comes in the suite has been unavailable for forever. It's back, apparently. So I need to get myself a pack of it. It's a combo ribbon. It's 2 colors. I think it's white and it's petal pink. And it's nice and thin. I love thin ribbon because I can do so many things with it. Thin ribbon makes me happy. All right, let's go ahead and cut 2 of these for our box. This is going to frame out the house on both sides of the box. Morning, Donna. Thank you for coming to yesterday's event. It was so fun seeing you guys. I appreciate all of you who take my classes and come to my retreats. Speaking of which, I'm going to be posting my retreat here in like a week. The weekend retreat in Ellensburg is going to be at the end of September. And that is fast approaching. So I need to get that posted so you guys can register. Payment is due by the end of July. It's going to be 4 days and 3 nights, Thursday through Sunday. And it's a freaking blast. It's going to be so much fun, you guys. So hopefully you'll be able to attend if you've never attended before. Be brave. It's totally worth it. I know people always feel nervous the first time they come, obviously, because they may not feel like they know anybody, or they may be worried about sharing a room or whatever. But let me tell you, it's worth it because everybody is so sweet, and we just have so much fun, and we laugh, and I spoil the heck out of you, and it's just gorgeous background, right? It's like in the middle of the woods. It's beautiful. It's peaceful. The camp employees are wonderful. Yeah, we just have a blast, and it's amazing. So, and it fills up because there's only 30 beds available, and we try not to get that full because it's kind of crazy. So this last time I had, I think 26 or 26 people, which felt like a lot because also in the crafting space we're limited. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty great. So you won't want to miss it if you do want to come sign up early so that you can rest assured that you have a spot held for you. So yeah, that'll be coming out next month. Be watching for that. I gotta post it so you guys have a month to get registered. And I have to pay the camp by July 31st. All right, so I'm going to paint my little bird in Pool Party just because it goes with my kind of color theme here. And I'm using the dark Pool Party to just kind of add a little bit of shading on my bird around the wings and on the tail. And then I'm going to use, and I left the chest white on purpose. I'll bring it up close so you guys can see it. Hopefully it'll focus. Focus. Anyways, I leave the chest white just because sometimes birds have white on their chest, and I think it looks nice that way. So again, if you are coloring a bird, you have that freedom to color them however you like. All right, so we are going to die cut our little bird. And then we need to die cut some flowers. So let's go ahead and do that. There's our little bird. And then some flowers. So we need about 5 flowers. We'll cut 6 just for good measure. It is a blast. It's good. It's a good way to get a little recharge for the soul. Crafting, laughter, and beautiful scenery. And in September, it should be hopefully pretty good weather. Not too hot because it's kind of the end of the summer season, but not too cold. Hopefully they won't have some or snow in September because sometimes when we go in March, because we go in March as well, when we go in March, it's snow on the ground. And in October, it was pretty beautiful, but also kind of chilly. So I'm thinking September time might be perfect. Hopefully not too hot in the cabins. I'm gonna bring my fan so that because I'm a hot sleeper. But there's always way too much food, and there's always way too much laughter and way too much fun. So you should definitely consider it. Twice a year I do it. Once in September, October time, and once in March. So, okay, let's go ahead and start assembling our house. Oh, and we're gonna have to do one more cut. So we're gonna assemble our birdhouse and then we're gonna do a cut. We gotta cut the hole out of the center for the entrance into the birdhouse. So I'm just applying glue to the back of the DSP piece and I'm going to glue it to the cardstock. Now I have to apologize, you guys. I use that DSP acronym all the time, and it was funny. My daughter says, "What does DSP stand for?" She asked me this yesterday. I've been, been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and using this terminology for, gosh, 8 years at least. And so I'm like, "Oh, it means designer series paper." And she's like, "Oh," and I thought to myself, even if I said it means designer series paper, I don't think if I didn't do Stampin' Up, I would still quite know what designer series paper is. Um, so I think they changed the name of it online. They call it patterned paper or specialty paper. Patterned paper makes more sense, right? So I apologize to all of you if you're new to stamping or you're new to Stampin' Up and you're like, I don't know what the heck that term is. I apologize. It's patterned paper. All right, before I glue anything else on, I am going to do my final cut for the little bird, for the little hole that goes through the birdhouse. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that off camera here because it's just easier than lifting and lugging that machine across my workspace. So, all right, so I just cut the hole right out of the middle. So that is done. Okay, and then we can finish putting the roof on. So I'm gonna put my little section here. Now, if you didn't want to get all messy with glue, you could use adhesive sheets, which you can just easily peel off and peel off the backing and stick it down without getting all messy. Okay, and then we're going to do our blue scallop roof just to coordinate with the colors of the box that I picked. Okay. So there's our little birdhouse. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, and then we are going to take our little flowers and glue those down to the roof. So I'm going to do kind of a mixture between the big and the small. I'll bring in my finished one so you can see what it should sort of look like at the end. There's a little one right there. Stick into my fingers. Sticking to my fingers all the time. Makes me think of ABBA. Okay. So there's 3 flowers. Ah! There was 3 flowers. Now it's just a sticky mess. Okay, so there's flowers there, and then I'm gonna do 2 more down here. I love that pink with the wood grain. I think it's so pretty. It pops. Stop moving. Okay. Okay. Really? Okay. There's my 2 little flowers at the bottom. And then I'm going to put my bird. Now, you can see my cutting. The die cutting was not very accurate. There's a lot of white around the top of his head. So I'm just going to trim it down. At this point, I should have just fussy cut my little bird because what is the point? All right, so there's my little bird. And we're going to put him on dimensionals. You don't have to, but I want to. Such a pretty set. Oh. And it's so funny because I did not like this set the first time I saw it. I'm slow to the show. Not sometimes, most of the time. I'm slow. I'm just slow to getting there. You know what I mean? I have to see people make amazing things with it. And then I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So we're going to take our little birdhouse and we're going to glue it to our box. Look at that. It's like the perfect size. The box is like the perfect size for this tree house or the birdhouse. Why did I say tree house? It's perfect. Look at it. You can't even see it on the sides of the house. Whereas this one goes over and you can see it. You can't do that. You can't see it with that one. So cool. All right, so we're going to do the back, which is the second piece that we cut. The cool thing about the back is you could write your little message to, from, right? Or whatever you're going to do. This could be a great, like, welcome to the neighborhood gift. You know, if you're doing like you have a new neighbor, or you just have someone who really loves birds. Okay, and then what I did is I brought my 2 edges of the top together because I didn't like it open like this. So this was another change that I did from Chicken Scratch's design is I said, no, I want to do a hole punch. So I'm going to take my hand sanitizer out. I'm going to take I think this is an 1/8 of an inch hole punch. And I'm going to punch a hole in the roof between both layers, the front and the back. Okay. So there's my little hole, and then I'm going to take some of this ribbon, which is super thick. So getting it through is not the easiest thing, but it is doable. And string it through both holes. Okay. And then I can just cut. These are not my ribbon scissors, so you're like, why can't you cut that? It's because it's not ribbon scissors. Put my hand sanitizer back in. Now that I've got that roof closed, like this is not going to go anywhere. And that's what I really like. It's important to me that the treats and things that I put inside the boxes don't go anywhere, especially when I'm shipping them because, you know how the post office can be. They're such gems. Love them so much. And if you work for the post office, I'm sorry, but I can't help the frustration I feel. Okay. So just pull that knot tight. I'm just doing a double knot. I'm not even doing a bow because this is bulky ribbon. So I'm just doing a little knot at the top. And then I'm going to just trim down the frayed edges of the ribbon so that they're nice and clean. And I should bring a lighter into my office. And if you just pass a lighter over the edges, then it won't fray. They'll kind of melt together and then they won't go anywhere. Okay, last but not least, we are going to stamp the sentiment, hello friend. You could also stamp thanks, you could stamp happy birthday, you could stamp, there's so many different options. There is a happy birthday in this stamp set that you could stamp if you're going to do a birthday. But I'm just going to use hello friend because I don't know what I'm going to use it for. And, you know, it might just be to cheer somebody up, or it might be for a new friend or a new crafter, or it might be for a new neighbor. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just stamping hello friend, and then I'm going to fussy cut the hello friend. Sometimes that is my favorite way to do sentiments, is just cut around the words. And you just kind of leave yourself a little space. And you pick how much you want, how much detail you want to do and how much you don't want to do. You know, do you want to just keep it very open and bubbly, or do you want to keep it close and tight around all the letters? That's up to you. You get to choose. Okay. So hello friend. And then we're going to stick this on. Now you can put it with dimensionals or you can glue it straight down. I'm going to use little mini dimensionals. I'm not going to go all the way over though, because I know it's going to go off the side. So actually this might even be too far over. So we'll move that over. And we'll stick this down next to the bird. Hello, friend. Oh my gosh, I love this. Let me show you the difference. So it's about a ½ an inch bigger, wider. This can hold more candy. It's great for in person, right? This is more snug. It's going to be better for shipping. And it's also snug. If you don't want, like if you're using hand sanitizer and you don't want it to wiggle around, you can do that. I like the little window too. So you could also put candies in here. Other things. I'm sure a chapstick would fit. Um, I'm like thinking I have doTERRA oil. doTERRA oil. Ooh, like if this is a home thing and you're like you have different like natural oils and stuff, you could give this as a gift or like a welcome to the welcome to the neighborhood. doTERRA oils are great, or any kind of oils are great for diffusers or whatever if you want to make your house smell good. So that'd be a great thing. Trying to think of other things. I'm sure candies would fit just fine. I love candy. Can't go wrong with candy. But my husband lectures me when I have candy lying around, so I rarely have it. But anyway, so this is the box. I hope you guys like it. I love the way the birdhouse looks with the pattern paper. Hopefully you guys like it too, because that paper is just so pretty. All right, let's go ahead and make the card. The measurements for this card, I will give them to you verbally, but the measurements will be part of that tutorial that I mentioned earlier. So if you'd like to purchase that, I will be posting information about that on my page. Okay, so we're going to start. This is the card if you haven't seen it already. If you go search YouTube for double stack display card, there's a tutorial that I got from, I think, I want to say her name is Sam. I'm not even going to guess because I don't think it's right. Campfield. Is there someone with the last name Campfield? I want to say it's her. Anyways, so this is a double stack display card. Double stack display card is what she called it. And like I said, for the retreat, we used on Spotlight on Nature, which Sue Campfield, it's Sue, I think, Sue Campfield, used. So this is inspired by Sue's design. And then I decided to do one with the birdhouse. And this is a birthday card. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we want to do is score. So this is our base. It's thick, basic white. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is a normal card base size. And then I have this piece that is 4 1/4 by 11. and we're going to score it in 4 places. So the scoring is 2, 3 3/4, 7 1/4, and 9. Okay, 2, 3 3/4, 7 1/4, and 9. And we are going to fold and burnish the score line. So we're going to fold in on the second score line. The first score line, we're going to fold out. Like that. Same thing on this side, fold in and fold out. Now the other class that I have coming up is an album class. Terry Sampson and I have teamed up for lots of beautiful albums. And we are going to be doing one using the Unbounded Love suite. And yeah, you're not going to want to miss that. It's going to be stunning as well. Okay, so why did I put that piece of paper away? DSP, there's only a little bit of DSP in this card. Well, the treehouse is made out of the DSP, so I shouldn't say that. But there's 2 little strips of DSP along the sides, and these measure 3/4 of an inch by 4. So you need 2 3/4 of an inch by 4 strips of DSP. So I'm going to cut that now. So 3/4 by 4. So you need 2 of those. Okay. Now the best thing to do is to glue down your strips of DSP before you adhere your centerpiece in. So let's go ahead and glue these down. And again, this is the Country Woods DSP. Now, I don't know what specifically is low inventory. Well, I do actually, because the bundle for Country Birdhouse is on low inventory. And I think the bundle special that they're having this month is part of the reason why that's happening. Is because all the bundles have an additional 10% off bundle price. So that's pretty cool. All right. Okay, so let's do some stamping because I like to stamp before I glue it down inside of the card because I could potentially mess it up, and if I do that, I want to be able to use the other side of the cardstock or whatever, or grab a different one if if I need to. So we're going to stamp hoping I'm like, my block is dirty. Hoping you have the best day ever. And it barely fits on the inside of the card. And then I also added, gosh, I am a messy crafter. You guys already know this about me. But let me clean my stamp off because I've got black ink all over my hands. Okay. So I'm going to stamp this flower set on the inside of my card. Just some added decoration. And I just kind of want to have it kind of hanging over the sentiment. Okay. So once I get that, then I can color the flowers and put them, and then I can glue this piece to the inside of the card base. So I'm going to do Pool Party for the big flower. And I'm using dark Pool Party for the kind of center and light Pool Party towards the outside of the petals. You don't have to do that. It's just how I prefer to color. And then I'm going to use Petal Pink for the small little flowers. And I'm just going to use dark Petal Pink for the whole thing. And then there is a tiny little speck of the center of the flower, so I'm just going to use dark Lemon Lolly for that. And then the leaves. So I went for a light green leaf, which I used soft sea foam for. Dark soft sea foam. But it really doesn't matter. It can be whatever green you want to use. Okay, so there's my little flower. Nothing fancy. Nothing special. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this though to the card base. So put adhesive on the back, and it's going to go in the center of our card base. So we're going to adhere that down. And I always use liquid glue because I like to be able to move things around, but it should be flush on the top, flush on the bottom, and look something like this. Okay, so there's the start of our card. Now we're going to do quite a few layers because we all know we love layers. So we're going to do an inside panel and an outside panel. Okay, so what we're going to do, and I have to tell you guys, I have never been, well, I have actually. I have let myself run out of paper before. I'm using 12 by 12 basic white cardstock at this point because I have run out of all my basic white cardstock. So sometimes my poor planning catches up to me. So I'm going to tell you the sizes for these pieces of basic white. So we need 4 pieces of basic white. So for the inside of our card, the inside panel, it's going to be 3/4 of an inch. I'm sorry, 3 3/4 of an inch by 3.5. And then we're going to need 3.5 by 3.25. Okay, so it's 1/4 of an inch smaller. So 3 3/4 by 3.5, and then 3.5 by 3.25. Okay, and then we're going to cut pool party cardstock to 3 5/8 by 3 3/8. And that is going to sandwich between the 2 layers. Okay, so this is the inside of our card. Now we're not going to, or the inside panel, we're not going to glue this down yet because we want to stamp and color in case we make any mistakes. So this is the layer that we're doing right now. Okay, so that's what you got there. So we'll stamp those and color that here in a second. Now for the front, we want a bigger piece. So we are going to go for a 4 by 3 3/4 piece for the front panel. 4 by 3 3/4. Then the other white piece is going to be 3 3/4 by 3.5. Okay, so again, it's 1/4 of an inch smaller. So 4 and 3 3/4, then 3 3/4 and 3.5. And then the pool party will be, let's see, where do I have pool party? Do I have any more scraps of pool party? Yes, I always have scraps of pool party. But do I have one big enough that I can use, or do I have to get a new sheet? I always hate getting a new sheet when I've got so many scraps. Oh, I think I'm SOL. I think I'm gonna have to get one. Yep, I have to get one. Okay, fine. Let me grab a new sheet. So the middle piece is going to be 3 7/8 by 3 5/8. Okay, so 3 7/8 by 3 5/8 is going to be our sandwich piece. So this panel is slightly bigger than the inside panel because you want it to hide behind the inside panel, or hide behind the outside panel, sorry. So that's what we're looking at now. Okay, so then I embossed the front piece. So let's keep these separate here. So I embossed this piece here with the wood grain embossing folder. So we're going to get our sandwich going here. So I have the wood grain, the 3D wood grain, and I wanted my wood grain to go sideways on the piece. So I have the skinny sides on the sides and it's tall this way. So I know that the wood grain pattern is going to go sideways. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then I'm going to run that through the machine. And ta-da! I know it's hard to see on the camera, but there's that wood grain embossing, and that's going to be the front. Okay, so let's glue some pieces down, and then we can do some stamping. So for these 3 front layers, all we got to do is just glue it down. So I'm just going to do my pool party layer. And then my wood grain. Now, I always have a hard time picking which side of the wood grain or the embossing that I want to use. Do I want the debossed or the embossed side? I like, for the wood grain, I like the side that's embossed versus the debossed. I don't like the ridges coming up toward me. So this is going to be the back. But some people like it this way. So it's really up to you. There's no right or wrong. It's just whatever looks nice in your eyes. Okay. And then for the inside piece, we are not going to glue the small white one yet because we need to stamp on it first. But we can glue these 2 layers together. Now, the direction of this is tall. Is the taller side is the top and bottom. The shorter side is the left and right. Okay, so tall. It's taller than it is wide. So if I turn it this way, I know it looks almost square, but it's actually wider than it is tall. We actually want it to be taller than it is wide. Okay, so you know this is the right direction. So we've got our outside panel done. We got to do our inside. So we're going to stamp on the inside, happy birthday, and we're going to do a bird and some little flowers. So happy birthday is here. We're going to take this one off so I can see what I'm doing. So happy birthday. And then we're going to do a little bird. And I just put him down here. And then I did some little flowers. So, and I had this flower on here, but I don't like it because it's kind of a different style of flower than what I have on the rest of the card. So just some little flowers. Okay, so there's our little flowers. All right. Now let's go ahead and color our bird. So the bird I did on the inside is all pool party. And then I just did a little beak, little yellow beak. So let's get pool party. And it was a decision after the fact to pull in the Misty Moonlight color. That wasn't my plan originally, but when I cut out the house and the backside was that dark blue, which I thought contrasted so nicely, I changed my whole plan and said, I'm going to do the blue. So I'm horrible with color coordination and stuff. Like, that's not my strength. So it should be of no surprise that I have to usually cut out a bunch of different colors and things until I find something that's like halfway decent. Okay, so beak and feet. And then I'm going to do the flower centers while I have it here. And then I did petal pink flowers, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Cute. So now we can glue this down to our inside panel. It does, doesn't it? Jan says it looks like wood that way, and it does. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to show you guys how to glue this down. It's you have to kind of be a little bit mindful of the way you glue this in, okay? So, when you glue this down to the panel, you do not want it to go past this inside line, okay? Where the card folds, you don't want it to go past that fold. So when you are gluing this down, you want to just be right before the fold. So you have this little space, you have a little border around the sides of your card. So when you glue this down, you don't want to glue the whole thing because obviously this side is going to hang off the edge. So what I like to do to make sure that I've got good adhesive is I like to put adhesive on the outer edge of the side, which I know is going to be glued down to my side panel. And then I like to put glue on the inner edge of the flap. And that way I know that I'm going to get good glue on this side and good glue on that side. And I'm not going to get it past the edge. So see how I can just lay that in there, and I know that I didn't put any glue past the edge because the glue was on the fold, and I put glue on the panel on the back on the outside. So again, I know that it's going to be a nice clean. I'm not going to go over, but that the whole thing is nice and glued tight. I hope that made sense. It made sense. It makes sense in my brain, but maybe it doesn't make sense the way I'm explaining it. So. Okay, so there's our 2 layers. Now we're going to work on our outer layer. So we can go ahead and already glue this down because it's already finished, and then we'll just add our treehouse to the finished panel. So again, we're going to do the same thing. So if I'm going to kind of explain this the way that I do it. I'm going to put adhesive along the inner fold of this level. Now I'm not going to go all the way to the top or the bottom because I know that there's an edge, a border around the whole thing. Okay, so then I'm going to take the side that I know is going to be glued to the panel, and I'm going to put adhesive on that side. So now I know that there's adhesive on this edge and there's adhesive on this edge, and it's going to be glued, but I'm not going to be like having to figure out where I should stop on the panel itself. Okay, so we're just going to glue that down, and I've just made sure that it's bordered all the way around and that you can't see the inside panel. It's hidden completely behind this panel. Okay, and then I can check and see like, oh, glue check. Nope, there's no glue showing. We're good. Okay, so there's the card. Not hard, right? Not complicated. Lots of pieces because there's a lot of layers, but not a difficult card. Just a really cool, stunning card. Okay, so now it's time to build our tree house. Or I keep saying that. I mean our birdhouse. It's so cute. Look at it. Oh, I love the pop of blue against that pink with the pool party. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so we'll leave that there, but we got to die cut all these pieces. So let's bring our machine back in and our dies. Boop. And let's cut all our pieces. I know that's super zoomed in, so I apologize, but that's all we can do. Okay. So where's my, here it is. Some of these pieces I'm going to kind of have to cut down so that they can fit in my machine. So we're going to cut the house out of this beautiful blue designer series paper. Now you can pick whether you want the pattern to be going up and down or if you want the pattern to be going side to side. I think I'm going to do side to side this time. Last time I did up and down, but we can decide together which way we like more. The way that I cut my paper, I can really only go side to side. So that's what we'll do this time, which is fine. Really fine. Okay. So we've got our house. Now we need to do our roof and the base. So on this actual card, I did a pool party base, which I really like. So I think I'm going to stick with that. we're going to do that pool party base like this. And then we're also going to do the scallop roof piece again with the pool party. Or we could do white. Should we do white? I really like white. I'm going to try it. Let's do the scallop border as white. I know we have a lot of white going on in the card. Oop, as I drop it. Okay. But let's try it. So we'll do pool party. No, don't spin on me. I am using my magnetic plate, but it's sometimes magnets have a mind of their own. Okay. Yeah, it is. Isn't it cool, Jill? When I saw it, I was like, oh, I've got to try this. Okay, so there's my pool party base, my white scallop roof. Hopefully that's not too contrasting. Hopefully that'll be cool. Okay, and then we got to do the roof colors, the actual roof itself. And I also added this little ribbon. So this little die here, die cuts a piece, die cuts a ribbon. And if you're going to do a birdhouse like on a tall card, you can do this like the birdhouse is hanging from like a little bow or something. But I thought, oh, let's add a little bow to the top of the birdhouse because it can be a bow too, and I'll show you how I did that. All right, so I'm gonna do a white. Well, I don't even know if I can get any more pieces out of this guy. Can I get one here? All right, we're gonna do a whitewashed roof here. That might be too much white. We'll see. Okay, there's the bow piece. There's the roof piece. I'm not going to do the thin piece of the roof. I think I'm going to skip it. But we'll see. So let's take a look and see what we got going on now. And then if we feel like we need to All right, can you guys see that again? Sorry, I got a phone call which kicked me right off of my camera, which is annoying. So I set it to do not disturb. I apologize. Okay. Can you guys hear me and see me again? Sorry. Sorry. You can see me, Elizabeth says. Can you hear me? Good now. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. It's my husband. He was calling from work. Okay, so I guess I shouldn't be too mad at him because it is Father's Day, but still, he should know better. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got this whitewashed roof. We got the blue base. Ooh, I think white's too stark. What do you guys think? I think I need the blue roof. I think I need the blue roof to kind of pull in that pool party. What do you think? Do you like the white? I think I don't. I think I don't like it. I think it's too stark. Because we've got all this wood grain going on, and then we just have this like bright white. Like, ew. So let's go ahead and cut one of these. I also need to cut flowers, so we can do that too. We can cut some more of those little flowers. And I'm just going to do the same. I love that petal pink. So I'm just going to continue to use the petal pink. So let's do that. Yeah, you guys agree with me? Okay, cool. Because I'm not a fan of the white. At least not for this card. Don't spin on me. Hi, Nicole from the Netherlands. Welcome. So my work, we have a branch of Lamb Weston in the Netherlands. Like we've had plants there, and like we have a Lamb Weston plant there, and we have like a whole team that's in the Netherlands, and like I want to go because then I can see Yanni and I can see Lamb Weston. It'd be cool. Of course, there's no budget for that. Like they're gonna be like, why would we want to fly you, random person? But it would be cool. My daughter is telling me, Mom, I want to go to Europe. I want to tour Europe. I'm like, I know, me too. But that's a wish list that it's gonna have to wait. You guys, I have had so many things happen. Like we had to drop $6,500 on a new transmission for my daughter's car. And the sink in her bathroom just broke. And we have to get a new bed and all these things. So it's just crazy right now. So yeah, it's just been I feel like when it rains it pours, and so it's just our time. It's our time to have things expensive happen to us. I don't know. But anyways, we'll survive. My husband says money comes and money goes, and just be grateful that we can pay our bills. And I said amen to that. Okay, so let's die cut the little opening. I'm gonna show you guys this. I tried this out. I thought it was so cute. We're gonna cut the little hole in the birdhouse, and then we're gonna put a bird inside. I don't know if you noticed that when I showed you guys the card. I didn't call it out, but I put a bird inside the birdhouse, which is so fun. Because why have a birdhouse when it's not being used, right? Okay. All right, so let's start assembling this guy. I'll show you the bird. Look at the mama bird in there with her eggs, and daddy bird. Keep him watch. Okay. So let's do our roof. And I'll show you why I didn't like the little skinny piece. I'm probably not putting the birdhouse together correctly, but I'll show you why I'm like, So the little skinny piece of the birdhouse roof, and my camera won't focus, but it's this gap in between the scallop and the roof. I think it's meant to not, if you're not going to do the scallop, of course, who wouldn't want to do the scallop? Because then look at the scallop edge, like it doesn't line up. And so I think it's if you aren't using the scallop, maybe not use both of them. I don't know. Or unless you want to trim the scallop piece down, maybe. I don't know. Yo no sé. But I'm gonna not use the little skinny piece. House of Dragons, new season starts today. I'm excited. That's tonight. And we started watching this new show on Apple. It's called Presumed Innocent with Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh man. It was so good. We couldn't stop. We were like, oh, we gotta go to bed, but oh, it's so good. Okay, let me show you how I use my little bow here without the little string. So I'm just gonna take the top of it, and I'm just gonna kind of do a cut down each side of the bow and just take out that little string. So now it's just a bow that I can use. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing we did with this other tree house. I keep saying tree house. Birdhouse. We're gonna glue some flowers to the roof. Same side, same thing. I'm gonna do one big one at the top, one big one at the bottom. And I think I'm gonna do two littles at the top. Actually, I might change it up. Mm, no, we'll do 3 littles, 2 littles at the top, 1 little at the bottom. Like that. And then we got a little bow that I put up at the top of the house like that. Okay. And then we have an extra flower if we want that. And then let's do the birds. Okay. So let's get our bird stamp and we'll stamp 2 birds onto a scrap. If you put the skinny piece on top of the scallop, it works. Oh, I bet that's what it's for, Barb. Thanks for helping me because I'm a little slow. That's what it's for. So if you put it, lay it over the top of the scallop, like it's going to glue over the top, then that works. That makes so much more sense to make a little border of the scallop. I'm slow. Thanks, Barb. Thanks for helping me. Oof, let me start over on that one. So with the bird that's going to be in the birdhouse, you want to make sure, like it doesn't matter about the tail because none of that's going to be showing, but you want to make sure you leave enough space on both sides of the bird to glue it to the back of the birdhouse. So, okay, I'm going to switch it up. No, I'm not going to switch it up. I lied. I don't like to switch it up too much. So let me get my Misty Moonlight. I'm going to do light Misty Moonlight for the blue, and I'm going to do Pool Party for the two-tone colored bird. So for the inside bird, I better use my fine tip. Inside bird is going to be Misty Moonlight. And again, I left the chest of the bird white. And I like when you can kind of do 2 tones of a bird. And I don't need to do the whole tail because the tail won't be seen. Okay, that should be good. Now for this bird, I did the wings and the tail in the dark blue in the Misty Moonlight, and then I did the rest of the body in Pool Party, and I thought it turned out okay. No. Ah! I transposed them. This is supposed to be the bird that's outside. Oops. Oh well, now it's the bird that's... Oh well, the blue bird's going to be on the outside. Now I got it all mixed up. How did I do that? I guess it's going to be the inside bird. I'm a little special. I'm about as special as they come, guys. I guess this is our inside bird now. Okay. And then okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to take light Pool Party and I'm going to color around her as if it's the inside of the birdhouse. Okay, so this is going to go on the inside like that. So we need to cut this down because it's too big. So that's going to go on the inside. Just make sure that your edges don't go past the back of the birdhouse. So you're going to take your circle, put adhesive around the opening, then take your square with your bird and position that like that. Cute. Oh, it's so fun, Rena. I hope I said your name right, Rena. And then you can die cut this or fussy cut it or whatever you want to do. I'll try die cutting it again. I keep feeling like I don't do a good job, and then it doesn't come out right. And then I end up having to fussy cut around it anyway. But we'll see. Fingers crossed. I think I did it again. Yeah, it's just hard to get a perfect little border around this bird for some reason. So I'm going to trim it again. I should just learn my lesson and just cut them out by hand. Just trimming away some of this excess white border. Okay, so there's our little guy. He's gonna go right there. And I'm just gonna glue him flat. I don't wanna pop him up on dimensionals because it's such a thick card already with all the layers that you don't want to put things on dimensionals. It's already going to be so bulky to ship if you're going to mail it. All right, so let's go ahead and glue our house down to the front of our card here. And and it is going to be about the same size, if not a little bit bigger than the square or than the rectangle or whatever you want to call this panel. And so you kind of have to choose where you want it to overlap a little bit. I'm going to choose the top. So the top of the tree house is going over the top. The bottom is aligned with the layer of blue. So, okay. So there's our gorgeous little tree house. Birdhouse. I keep calling it a tree house. No, I will tell you guys, Hello Friend actually fits within, like if you were to die cut this, the base of the birdhouse, the Hello Friend actually fits in there. And so it could be a really creative little label for you if you wanted. But I went ahead and cut the straight edge and I cut the little dovetail in it. I was like, you can't, you know, for me, it makes no sense, no point to go ahead and die cut that just because the way that I cut it. But if you wanted to, you could use the base as your label for the Hello Friend. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp Hello Friend on a scrap of Pool Party, and then we'll trim it down and make it into a little label. So, Hello Friend. I'm just using the straight edge so that I only have to cut it on one side to make it into a label. So let's do some trimming. And then I'm going to cut this straight edge right here. I'm going to cut this straight edge here. I'd like it to be close because I don't want it to be too big of a label. Okay, so now I've got this going on. Hello, friend. And then I'm going to dovetail punch the end, or banner punch the end, whatever you call it. And I just use a retired punch to do my little dovetail. You don't have a lot of room on the front of it, so just make it as small as possible. I'm going to actually even trim some of that side off. And then I'm just going to glue it right here to the side. Oh, so cute. Isn't this the cutest card, you guys? And it's only like this because of this adorable set. I cannot. I just cannot. Look at that. So cute. Voila. You guys, look at it. We did it. It's so cute. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching this week with me. I really appreciate it. If you want to order the bundle from me, I will post the link to shop with me. Again, the discount for the bundles is happening this month. It's only while supplies last. Like I said, the Country Birdhouse set is on low inventory. So if you snooze, you lose, my friends. And I don't want you to lose. So don't snooze. again, be watching for the Birdhouse class, the mega the mega class, I'm going to call it. If you love 3D, you're going to absolutely love this. We're also going to be doing a card, a little picture frame, and then the 3D project. So that's coming, and the album class with the Unbounded Love suite is coming, and registration for the weekend retreat is coming. So, phew, lots of things happening in July. You won't want to miss out. Um, and you guys have, oh, I got to do a drawing. I got to do a door prize drawing. What should I give away this week? I don't even know. I don't even have anything ready. Uh, what should I give away? I'm backed up. So you guys are like, I haven't got my prize yet. That's on my list this weekend. You guys, June has been crazy. So, let's see. What should I give away? Hmm. You know, I think what I'm going to give away, I think I'm going to give away a $10 credit. I think I'm going to give away a $10 credit, $10 gifts, a coupon, if you will, a $10 coupon to shop with me. That's what I'm going to do. So the winner, I'm going to need your email address if I don't already have it, so that I can email you the $10 credit, which you can spend with me. So it can be discounted off of your next order, or you can purchase something that stays under $10 and I would ship it to you. So yeah, we'll do that. That way you can choose what you want rather than me dig through my embellishments and things. So let me go ahead and share my screen and let's see who wins. Mm, 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 mm. Hold, please. Please. When I lost my connection, it dropped that page, but I think I can type it and it will go back and count. Okay, good. Perfect. All right, we've got 16 entries. So let me share my screen. And we're going to hit draw. Miss Becky! Yay, Becky! Congratulations! You are my winner. Woo woo! And thank you for yes, the graduation was amazing. Congrats, everybody. Okay, thank you so much for watching today. You guys have a safe and wonderful week. We'll see you next week for more fun. Okay, bye, everybody.